Good evening, everyone. A very warm welcome to day 8 of our Microsoft Fabric program. We will begin shortly at 7 p.m. We hope you have been enjoying the sessions and are excited for another day of learning. So, yes, uh, if you know anyone who's yet to join, please ask them to use the same Zoom link, join us. A couple of quick reminders before we begin. Please make sure you have joined using a registered email ID as attendance will be taken based on that. If you have any questions during the session, feel free to use the chat and don't spam the chat. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Welcome back to day 8 of our Microsoft Fabric program. We'll be starting in a couple of minutes. So if you know anyone who is yet to join, please ask them to use the same Zoom link and join us. And a couple of quick reminders before we begin. Please make sure you have joined using your registered email ID as attendance will be taken based on that. And if you have any questions during the sessions, use the chat to interact with the trainer and don't spam the chat. Thank you. Good evening, everyone. Very warm welcome to day 8 of our Microsoft Fabric program. Thank you for waiting. Our trainer will be joining us in a few minutes. We appreciate your patience. While we wait, you can uh, ask your fellow mates to join the Zoom link. Yes, thank you, guys.
Yeah, hello everyone. Hi Tony.
Hello, sir. Over to you, sir. Have a wonderful session.
Yeah, I'm good. Hope everyone is doing good.
Yes, sir.
So let's wait for a few minutes. We're going to start in next few minutes. So probably by 7:10, because I think many people is about to join. So we'll start by in next 5 minutes. Okay. Yeah, hello everyone. We can start now. So I'm going to share first my screen. So yesterday we were going through the some power query activity, and you know hope actually you have those recordings, and you should do the practice as a beginner. Power BI is really very important for Fabric. Uh, as a beginner, when you use Microsoft Fabric, then for ETL purpose, either it's a legacy project or new project, you need to largely rely on Power BI and Power Query ETL, even though you have, knowledge of Python, SQL, uh, right? PySpark. So whatever knowledge you have, still you have to rely mostly on Power BI desktop in terms of Power Query, which is similar to, which is same tool which we use as a data flow in Fabric or Power BI services. Okay. So as I said yesterday also that even though you are not using Power BI, that's fine. But still, it may be legacy project. Power BI is one of the most popular application in terms of BI tool as of today. Uh, Previously also, it is leading one of the leading BI tool in last many years, and market demand is also very good. Okay, so you don't need to think like okay whether you should use Power BI or not. Uh, when you are using Fabric, definitely you should give a try to use Power BI desktop, not in terms of futuristic scope, but assume a lot of legacy project would be based on Power BI, or even though if it is based on Tableau or let's say Click View, or you have something like just you are using Python, right? And many more are there, like Looker, Domo, many BI tools are there, right? But Power BI is definitely market leader in last many years. So, and Fabric and Microsoft Power BI both are, like very close ecosystem. Both belongs to Microsoft, you know, it's a part of Microsoft ecosystem, which has too many applications, right? When you are using Azure cloud, then you have, too many ecosystems, including AI, ML flow, many things are there, right? So don't get, any sort of impression that you should avoid Power BI. It's a definitely very, very powerful and useful tool for technical background people as well as non-technical. For both of them, it's very important. As you can see, um, in Power Query yesterday, when we were going through some activities we perform like without writing so much code, you have automated certain, like repeated task, right? So you don't need to write any Python code or macros and all. And still you can automate a lot of tasks using Power Query itself without using coding or very low level of coding, not required too many lines of code, just a little bit logical understanding, and how to modify the code of functional programming. It's not like your Python or a high level programming, any high level programming. But when it comes to Power BI, you have flexibility to use Python or both, right? So it's not only in Power Query, but you have also option to use in Power BI desktop. As you can see, under visualizations, this is a R script visual, and this is a Python visual. So when it comes to visualization part, you can use again R and Python, right? When actually you are publishing your dashboard and reports, then also you have option to use Python, JavaScript, TypeScript, SQL, all those flexibility is there, right? Including a Scala, you have option to use notebook in Power BI services also. So that's why, uh, you know, even though you have very high goal in terms of, to performing, high level of data engineering, for that, definitely you have to rely mostly on SQL and PySpark and Python. But still, you should not, think that you should avoid the Power BI because it's, I mean, a lot of inbuilt features are there, which is going to save a lot of time uh, in terms of, deliverables, right? So instead of writing too many lines of code, you can just use Power BI, which is very cheap in terms of license cost and all. It's similar to Microsoft Office, how we use Microsoft Office in terms of license cost and all. Similarly, it cost for Power BI also. But when it comes to Fabric or Power BI Cloud Services, that is Power BI Cloud Services is similar to Fabric. Not similar because Fabric has a huge capabilities. When it comes to Power BI services, it is limited capabilities. That is the reason when we look into our Fabric data platform. So if you see here, why actually you are getting this Fabric and Power BI side by side, because Power BI services also has a huge capability. But when you compare to Fabric, definitely it is limited. Or you can say after Power BI services, Fabric is the next, hierarchy, it's a top. But on top of that, again, you have option to use Azure Cloud. So entire ecosystem you can use in Azure Cloud instead of using Fabric separately as a cloud. You can also use in Azure, and Azure Cloud itself. You have option to create a Azure Fabric resource separately in Azure Cloud. So these are the, some important thing in terms of, performing your data engineering task altogether and performing on, legacy projects and all. One second. So fine. So when see now Python is also working fine. PySpark, just I have checked and there is no issue. It's all ready. We can use PySpark also readily now. It's absolutely fine. As I said, like it's a common challenges while doing, while using notebook. You may face sometimes in trial versions some unexpected issues that it may not connect, or sometimes while executing this code, it may be taking more time. Instead of just a few seconds, it may take a minutes also. So in trial version, you have different challenges, but not too much difference because I use day on day, like license version of Fabric. In license version also you have the challenges, but very rare. But in trial version, it may be frequent. Depends. Again, it's not too frequent, but number of times. If you say like in a month, you want to connect your notebook 1,000 times in trial version. Probably 5, 10 times, 20 times it may fail. It may not connect. You may get some error on trial version. But when it comes to license version, still you have chances of getting a failed in terms of 5 to 10 times. So just a minor difference you have. It's not too much when it comes to license version or trial version. See, for learning purpose, everything you will be able to explore on the trial also. No need to worry. We'll come back to this part, but before moving, from Microsoft. Power BI desktop, Power Query and all. Hi, good evening, everyone. Good evening. Okay, so Janvi have some issues in terms of dashboard. Tony is going to respond you. Please look into this, Tony. Good evening. Good evening. Okay, fine. So, oh, let's see that. One second. I think someone trying to show something important. Okay, so we cannot see clearly everything. You can describe it in comment. We will respond you on this. So looks like writing some program, some pipelines related, codes you have written or whatever it may be. Just you can just describe in chat. Uh, we will respond you. Okay, fine. Okay. So we have gone through the Power Query. From Power BI desktop, you can navigate your Power Query using transform data. Under home, you have transform data. You go back to Power Query using this tab, right? And perform all the tasks, then close and apply. And it will load your data transformation basically in Power BI desktop. Okay. So now we are going to move quickly with DAX. So before getting into Python, let's complete a certain important thing in terms of Power BI, which is really required, throughout this course. So Power Query part we have just concluded by spending just a few, sometimes by going through few examples. But you don't need to think that in during this training you will be able to learn everything, like all the features of Power Query. But what I have covered, that is really important. The rest of things are again very simple. As you can see, these buttons are not too difficult to learn or explore. So you can try. I have covered up these combined things, right? All, then like group by, even when it comes to transforming data, many things we have covered, which is important. Merge columns, group by. These are again very simple things. Some of these things I have covered. When it comes to add columns, some examples I have shown you here. Also, we have used invoke custom function. One of the example I'll show you today about invoke custom function, which is again very important. Uh, this part is again important, but let me show you this one also. So largely when it comes to Power Query, which is very important for ETL activities in Fabric, for non-technical background people as well as technical background. For both of them, it's really important. As I said, like even though you have to use Python, PySpark, and SQL for your pipeline, but Power Query or data flow, both are same, almost same. So you should also familiar with this tool very much because uh, it may be not new, new project may be completely in based on PySpark or SQL or Python, but legacy projects, most of the legacy projects is going to be based on this, Power Query uh, or SQL Server. So some basic queries we have just gone through in SQL, but here again, since it's very significant for many purpose, so I'm just putting some import here to cover up, as much as possible in quickly we can try to cover as much as possible. So one more example, just wanted to show you. Then we'll move to Power BI Desktop, where we have some features. So what I am going to cover up in Power BI Desktop today, that I'm going to introduce a DAX function. This is very important for, again, data modeling. For semantic models or data modeling and legacy project, DAX functions are again very important. So some briefly, I'm going to cover up DAX also, and then quickly I will create some visual here in report view, and then going to save that report and publish into Power BI services. So that's all we have to complete here in Power BI desktop. All together here, see in Power BI desktop, you have multiple tools involved. Okay, so one part like Power Query is all about data transformation ETL. Second part, this is about visualizations when it comes to this report view. Then you have even calculations, that is the metrics like how you are going to use DAX function. So that is also a separate tool which is available in other applications also. Like DAX is not only limited to Power BI, it is available in other tools also, like SSRS. You have Excel also, you can use this. So some of the applications you have where you can use DAX. And in Power BI, definitely one of the important tool for calculations, metrics and all. Okay. So quickly, again, we cannot spend so much time here. Quickly, I'm going to cover up this part also. Then we'll move to, Power BI service part. So many things are there here in Power BI or any of these tools. So as much as possible, I'll try to cover up something important for all of these tools. Okay. So let's continue from uh, one of the example when we have to use this invoke custom function. Okay. So yes, Janvi, you will be able to use any IDE. There is no issue. I'm going to show you live how you are going to use VS Code. And if you want to use Colab or some other, definitely you can use it. But when it comes to authentication or extension from Microsoft, it may be not there because there is a dozens of IDs there, right? So all the IDs, there is no authentication from Microsoft Fabric, but for VS Code it's there, and that is why you have option. You can see open in VS Code, but you don't have. I mean, this authentication part in terms of using your codes and commands. In VS Code, same authentication most likely will not find in other IDE. Okay, so VS Code is one of the most popular in IT. You can use this, but when you want to use Colab, you can use it for all. I'm going to show you live how you actually are going to use a different IDE. Forget about only VS Code. I'm going to show you any like I use for many different purpose. A spider. Sometimes I use basically VS Code. Then you have some other IDs are there. Depends depends upon different kind of scenarios or projects. I use different IDs. So that is not a huge like impact. It's about your programming skill. So use any ID. How does it matters whether you use VS Code? Only matter of like environment or look and feel some settings or how you are going to manage your codes, files, all those things. Actually, that is the only matters. Major factor is about your coding, your programming, right? So don't think too much. Uh, Colab is definitely. I think that is not going to be authenticated with a fabric, but still I'll check on that. I have not checked because by default you have only VS Code. So we can use VS Code offline in your system and run all the commands, all the queries, everything you can do here in VS Code. And whenever you are connecting Fabric, then same codes can be executed here live. So that is I'm going to show you live. Do not need to worry. But I'm only sure about VS Code. I have not used Colab for the same notebook. but still I can give you some pathway in case if you want to just use Colab or any other IDE. Is that will also work, but only some workaround you have to do. I'm going to tell you how you can do that. Okay. So let's move on. So here we have a website. Let's say many websites are there. Okay. So hmm, in terms of data, I mean to say like many websites are there from where actually you can get, fetch a lot of data, right? So one of the website you have, Box Office Mojo. So this is about movie, but likewise, I can tell you multiple example where you have significant data which can be used for reporting purpose. Like let's say if you want to do a sports analytics, right? You want to create a pipeline for sports analytics and all. That is also very much possible. Uh, or it belongs to, let's say, movie industries, or so Box Office Mojo is basically a subsidiary of Amazon. IMDb. Okay, so one of the group is there, IMDb, which belongs to Amazon, and IMDb have bought this Box Office Mojo. So here, if you search Box Office Mojo, this site, you will find all the records of movies, about Bollywood, Hollywood, I think worldwide. You will find records of, here you have the details, international, domestic, worldwide. So all these data you have here. And if you want to do some analytics, whatever data available here, so data you can see for domestic, um, year-wise, if you have option in terms of selecting season, quarter, month, holiday, cumulative, year. So if you go for year-wise, then here you can see it's starting from 1977. So 1977 to as of 2026, whatever data available for movies, you can get it into Power Query for ETL purpose, and then based on that you can create your reports or uh, yes, and deploy, or I mean to say publish into Power BI services. So all those things are there. Here you have some settings and all, you can just look into that. uh, So IMDb is also there, one of the example, because IMDb is very popular for various data set, which you can use for all of your different, for different purpose you can use it. But as of now, if you see IMDb website, certain things it's not very straightforward. So that is the reason I'm using. Like getting data earlier, it was good, but now it looks like. Still you can find it. So one of the site IMDb where you can find a lot of data. Then you have Kaggle. You can also use Kaggle. Many sites are there. Since the box office Mojo belongs to IMDb, so we are just using IMDb. But again, if you search here, let's say top 250 movies, from here also we can get it. So one of the example I'm just showing you, but further if you want to do, if you want to fetch the data, you can also use IMDb directly. Here it's not much organized compared to Box Office Mojo. That is the reason I'm using Box Office Mojo. So here option you have detail view and all, and all the data basically here, for each of the movies, whatever data you have, everything we can scrap from this website, right? So then you can do the analysis in terms of rating, in terms of earnings, and also those data are not clearly visible. If you go for any of these movies, then probably you may find some other data. I'm not much familiar with IMDb, the lot of data and all. Uh, but most likely you may find a lot of details about any particular movie on IMDb. It's very popular for movies analytics and all, right? So it's not as straightforward, but still you can use it even this side. I'm going to use here Box Office Mojo. which has very organized data what generally we need for this demonstration, this this topic demonstration purpose, which I'm just using. So you can choose anything here like international, or for international also you will get a similar pattern. Okay. Even for worldwide, you have similar pattern. So you can go through each of the, depends upon your need. You can go for any of this tab and explore it, that what exactly you need. So I'm going out to worldwide. So each of the year, see here 200 is listed, but if I go for, let's say, 2020, here, so that means every year it is showing 200 movies worldwide. No, so any year it looks like only 200 movies, top 200 movies. Okay. So now one thing you need to look into here, that is the pattern of URL. So pattern of URL, now see, when I have selected here 2018, so you have 18. Now if I change it to, let's 2023, so only year is changing. Only year is getting changed. You choose again any other year. Let's go to beginning, 79, 1979. It's only URL, only year is getting changed, right? So what we'll do, we are going to copy any particular year URL. So I have copied this and go to Power BI desktop or Power Query, that's fine. Anything is okay because we need to perform ETL here. Uh, so hand raising is doesn't matter. You need to type it in text if you have some questions because you're not allowed to speak in this session. So you can just type it, okay? Because we have many people, right? Yes, Kaggle is definitely one of the best option. You can use it. Uh, uh, yes, you can download it directly. You cannot download, but the option what I'm showing you, using that you can download and use it. Or why to download that option? That also I'm going to uh, tell you here. Okay, don't worry. So, because why I will not recommend you to download, because whatever exercise we are doing now, that is a live connection. So whatever happening in this website, in terms of any changes, that is going to reflect in your reports in your data set, right? So one of the case that you don't need to basically download. Otherwise, directly you don't have option to download. You can just copy paste by selecting. That is the one option. But what I am going to do now, uh, in Power BI, that will allow you to download and keep it separate year on year for whole years also. You can download all together. I'll show you. But ideal case is since you are connecting to a website, see this, I mean, understanding this objective is again very important. Just give me 10 seconds. Sorry. So one of the other, main objective you need to understand this part. That is finance. So as I said, like you have option to analyze data from websites in terms of finance. So a lot of financial data will find on websites, right? Even a stock market data, all the real-time data will find on websites. So many websites are there, right? So if you're a financial analyst, very much you have to use the websites, right? You are a sports analyst, you have to use websites. You are a movies analyst, you have to use these movie sites and all, right? Wherever you have some movie records and data, right? So similarly, various domains are there, like even healthcare. So healthcare related data sets also will find on websites. Most of the data sets you will find on websites. So that is the reason I'm going after this exercise, which will help you to explore different other data sets, different other domains. So let's go for this. Otherwise, to give you a hint, you can use Yahoo Finance. So from here also, you can find all the financial data uh, about the stocks. It's not only about India, but US or any country. You have option to choose the market, and then you can find lot of data about a stock market and finance, right? Not only say all the financial data you will find here. This is a very popular site for financial data, and this is freely available. Some other sites you have to pay for APIs and all, but here it's a free. So likewise, you'll find many sites in terms of your financial, for financial analytics and all. So it's not about like only India or US. You'll find for most of the, you can see here, FTSE, Euronext, British, Euro, DAX, all the popular market in the world, you'll find here. Right. So similarly, you have futures, bonds, currencies, options, many like crypto. A lot of data is there. Okay, mutual fund, ETFs. For every market, you will get. Just you need to select the market, and you will get it option to extract data from these side. So So in stocks also, you can see here, it's by default US markets. You can choose here different markets, Europe market, Asia, all these options you have. And then see by default in terms of most active stocks, you have option here. And for that, you have other options like trending now, top gainers, top losers, all these options you have. So this is how actually you can extract data from here. For this also, you have to look into this URL pattern and then scrap this data. This is just a kind of a scrapping data from the website. This is which is going to be live. So whatever changes happening here, same changes will happen in your Power BI also. Now you can also think that how Yahoo Finance has implemented this report, how Yahoo Finance has implemented. So most likely it may be done in Power BI itself. They have created this report, or you say even this report, they might be have created this report in Power BI, and they have embedded these reports here in this website. So that is how it's all working, and it's all matter of like APIs, basically market related APIs. So different market, when we say like US, India, so if you just try to explore those things, you will understand that okay, you have to buy those APIs to use those data for commercial usage purpose, or even for personal usage purpose. You have to buy it. Most of these APIs are, like you have to buy it. It's not free. But Yahoo is a global companies, and likewise you will find many companies are there. Like for example, you see Bloomberg. So Bloomberg is also one of the world-class company in terms of providing lot of this data uh, along with various other insights about markets or industries. But you cannot find Bloomberg free of cost. It's going to be licensed. Anything you use on Bloomberg, it's going to be uh, say this is you cannot access free of cost even the website. This is one of the most powerful website in terms of business, stock markets, finance, um, so if you try to access anything here, most likely it's going to be you need to buy the license subscription basically. Then only you will be able to use some few things you can access free of cost. But anything important, if you click on any of these reports, they may ask you for subscription. So likewise, you have so many websites. So these are very powerful sites are there, and their data is also very critical data. So that is the reason it's not free. It's not only for Bloomberg, many sites are there, likewise. So already those analysts, some financial analysts and all, they have done all kind of, work to create these reports and all. So whatever data you are getting here, it's a very sophisticated, already analyzed for various purpose, and very quality data you will find. News or, any kind of financial data, you'll find very high quality data. So that is the reason it's not free. Majority of things you will not be able to, you will be not able to access free of cost. Okay. Let's move on quickly on our activity here. So I'm going to use Yahoo or Bloomberg as of now. Yahoo you can use free of cost. Bloomberg you cannot use free of cost. So I'm going to use a simple site that is a box office mojo. So quickly we can, learn this exercise. Okay. So I'm going to copy this URL, go to here, either Power BI desktop or your, Power Query. Under home, you have option new source. Here you can see we have option for web. Click on web. Basic. So you need to just post it and okay. So here you can see HTML tables are there. So here you don't have relevant data. You go for second table. Here you have relevant data. You can see the rank, release group, worldwide, you know, numbers, domestic numbers, percentage, all these numbers you are getting here. Okay. If you go for table 3, here again you don't have relevant data. You can also try to look into other tables, think from here in Power Query, right? So you'll use here table 2. Just click on OK. See, whatever we are doing, those steps are getting recorded here, right? So now you see you have the data. Data types are automatically detected, like rank, you can see 1, 2, 3, that is whole number. ABC, that is text. So we have, I think, only 2. Okay, so these are the data. Actually, you have to clean it yourself. So how actually you are going to clean? So it's in percentage, right? So let's say it is showing ABC. So you need to clean in terms of this dash, this less than symbol, even this percentage, everything. You just remove it and keep it the number. And later you can multiply with 100. So you'll get actual percentage like 40% or something like that. No, I think you don't need to multiply. It's going to be just 0.9 only, because maximum value already showing here 100%. So you don't need to multiply. So likewise, you can clean it. So how to do that? See, select these two columns, and here you have option replace values. So all the dash I'm going to replace with 0. 0, sorry, dash we have, right? Dash and replace with 0. Okay. You can see both of the column have been replaced. So the dash has been replaced with 0. Okay. Similarly, you can replace this less than symbol, this dollar symbol. So you should get the actual number, including this comma. Remove all those things, and then actually you can, keep it very simple as a number, whole number. If it is decimal, keep it decimal. So again, remove here this percentage also, but you can replace it. All those things you can do it by just using replace values. Okay. Same thing, you can do it here also. Remove the percentage, keep it in just a number. Here, headers, you can put the proper name that whatever it is in terms of percentage, like what percentage it is, right? So likewise, you can clean the data, and similarly, you have to do the cleaning of all these worldwide domestic also. So I want you to perform, these activities. It's not to work. Don't worry. Only you have to just replace. So another example, I just wanted to show you here. Uh, Fine. I'll just quickly try to do this. So like worldwide. Okay. So here you have one option, column from examples, and you have option to use all columns as well as from selection. So we can select multiple and use it from selection. Or in some cases, you need to select this one also. So from selection, I'm going up to just one column. And this is a kind of AI feature. So worldwide, we need just a number. We don't need this dollar. So let's say I'm going to type here 106,260,000, right? I want a number like this. Entered, it's not coming. So one more time, let's say 86,432,000. Now you see all the numbers are coming in same format. So to do this using programming, it may be nightmare or not that easy, a bit complex, right? So extracting information using programming or some functions, it may be not easy. All the scenarios may be not easy, but using this column from examples, you can perform most of these things very simple way. You don't need to spend so much time. So now you see this column has been transformed into simple numbers. It's not currency and commas, nothing is there. Everything is coming here. You can see 444,334, right? So this is the way actually, and now you can change the data type whole number. So this is what exactly we need for proper calculation in terms of you know various metrics and all. So this is how actually you can use this column from example. Similarly, you can do it. One more example for text, I'll tell you. So you can do it for text also. This is not relevant. I'll tell you in some other case. I'm going to tell you about text also. It works. You need to just give the pattern. That's all. Here we don't have proper pattern. We cannot give some any proper pattern. So leave it. I'll tell you with some other example. Okay. So this part we have done. We have imported data now. Next, we are going to create a parameter. So under home, you have option manage parameter. Go for new parameter. And our pattern actually we have years, right? So based on years, actually everything is changing, right? Here you select any other year. So in URL, only years is getting changed, right? So here, parameter name, we are going to give year, description to scrap or paste the data. Anything description you can write. Type URL type is basically text, so we are using text. Any value we will leave it, but we need to check the URL is we are using hmm, year. So current value, I think it's 79. Okay, we can do it changes later also. 1979, I think it was 1979. So this is the parameter we have created. Okay. So now you can see this is a parameter. Now we can check whether it's correct or not. Yes, 1979. Right. So next part, we need to create uh, a list. So since we have data here starting from 1977 to 2026, even assume like you don't want to do this for next few years till 2030. So you can create a list for 2030 also in Power Query. So for that, you need to go up to new query, blank query, and yeah. So you need to give here equal to list dot numbers. So this is a function start, let's say 1977, comma. So you can count here. It's going to be 24 and 26. So I think 50 or 49 years. Okay, so I'll give 50 and create the list. So this is a list we have created starting from 1977 to 2026. And this list, you can see here we have list option to transform into table. You can see you have option to transform, convert into table, right? Some other options also there, which is very simple. You can use it if required. So I'll convert into table. And here we don't need any parameter because it's just number. We don't need anything here, but in case to case, this a delimiter might be required, even custom. So here we don't need anything. How to handle extra columns, even this is not required, leave it. Okay. So now this is a table. And data type, it should be text because URL is a text. URL data type is basically text. So we are going to make this one as a text. Fine. So we have ready now these all. Now go to again table 2 and here under source, double click on this setting icon and click on here advanced. So now here you have to do some workaround. So URL parts. So now here, second part, we have created parameter. So we're going to select, see what we are going to do. Generally, how we use, loops, functions together, you know, I mean, uh, in programming, right? So here you are not writing codes, but you are trying to do those things using GUI, GUI options, right? So here now here you can see the URL preview. So it's 1970. See, in place of 1979, we should get this parameter. So what we can do, we can remove this part. Now you can see this is fine. So still we need to give this slash. So add a part and give here slash. Now this is fine. So parameter is getting passed through the URL. Wait time in seconds, loading each page. So, what is the limit in terms of waiting, wait time for each of the page? That's the option. We can just leave it. Okay. Because these websites are all depends upon the traffic, even your internet connection, computer, memories, or, various factors involved in terms of, loading your page, right? Uh, right. Mostly it's about traffic and your internet connection, but still other factors also matter. So here we have passed this parameter and slash. This is another part. Now this URL is perfect for us to pass all the years what we have created in Query 1, starting from 1977 to 2026. Just click on OK, and the setting is done. Okay, so now I'll go for uh, table 2, right click, create function. Function name, you can get movies list, or any name you can just give without a space. Okay, click on OK. A function has been created, get movies list. Okay, and this is parameter. This is the table which we have imported, right? Just give me a minute. Hold on. Okay. So we have created function. You can see this is a function. Fx indicates it's a function, and this is a parameter, and this is the sample. For 1 year, we have this data, right? Just 84 rows you have. Hmm. So this is sample, and now we need to invoke this particular query in URL. So in each URL page, like in URL, you have year as a pattern, right? So it's going to pass each of these number in URL one by one. So once loaded for 1977, then next it's going to pass 1978. So how you use the loops in programming, right? So similar way, first it's going to run for 1977, then it's going to run 1978. Likewise, it's going to run until the list you have here, till 2026. So this is same loop what you use. So here you can see a mix of parameter, then you have sample, then you have function, and then you are using loop to perform this task, right? So we are not writing any code, but the same thing we are performing using these GUI buttons. Okay. Once. So next we are going to invoke this list. So for this, what we have to do, go to add column, invoke custom functions. So when you click on invoke custom function, function name you can give again anything, or just let it be same, custom only. And function query we have to select here that we have created, get movies list, right? So get movies list. Here it's a parameter, and column 1 is basically query 1, right? So just click on OK, and it's going to fetch all the data from that website, starting from 1977 to 2026. Here are some, privacy related issues we have. So just click on continue. It's public data, so we can ignore privacy. Save it. So now it may take few minutes because it's a website, and pay like one by one it's going to load. For now, see, one row loaded, right? So probably for each row, it's going to take few seconds, 10 seconds, 15 seconds. So since it's a 50, assume 3-4 minutes it will take. So let's have a break for 10 minutes. We are going to continue. By then, actually, it's all going to be loaded. So we can continue by 8:15. Okay. With some, I think we need to just complete this part. Then we will move further in terms of creating some visuals and publishing it to, Power BI services. So that's, yeah, today we are going to conclude the entire Power BI overview, introduction to Power BI. And then tomorrow we'll continue with our Python part, Python and PySpark. So uh, please be connected. We'll continue in next 10 minutes. Okay. Thanks everyone. Tony, so we are taking just 10 minutes break and then we'll continue. Okay.
Sure, sir. No issues.
Yeah. So hello everyone. I'm back. So I'll continue now. Just look into some messages, then continue. Okay. I'll show you, Janvi. Uh, yes. So whatever changes happening in website, that will change here in your report also in Power BI. So that is the reason we are, we have recommended you that, you don't need to download, but in case if you have to download, you can download also. So it's going to reflect whatever changes happening in website in your report also automatically. But for that, you have to set up a auto refresh. uh, Time interval you have to give that every 10 minutes, every 1 hour, or every day or weekly, it has to refresh. So once it's a refresh, all the latest updated data will be available in your dashboard, in your reports. Okay. So that is the, part. We are doing Power BI only. See, Power Query is a backend tool of Power BI. Okay. So after doing ETL activities here in Power Query, we are going to load this data into Power BI desktop, right? So it's Power BI only. Okay. No, this is not part of our course, Kali Linux. So I'll not discuss about this. Yeah, it's tricky. See, it's a recorded session, so you can please look into recording because repeating, is really not possible. So recorded session is already there in LMS. Tony, can you confirm that all these sessions are available uh, in LMS?
Yes, sir, it is. If the learners are registered with the LMS portal, they can access with the recordings.
Yes. So if you have registered on LMS, then you can access this recording and everything I have, very detailed way gone through. So just you need to follow that recording. We cannot repeat here. It's not one-to-one session. We have so many people, so you need to understand that factor. Thank you, Namida. Fine. So yeah, that's what I'm going to show you here, how we can do it. So first we have, now you can see all the rows have loaded and tables are ready. You can see for each year, these tables are loaded here, right? Every year data you can see here. So now you need to expand. So this is the expand button. Just click on this expand button and whichever column you need, that you can select, and the rest all you can, whichever you don't want, you can unselect. It's all option you have, and use original column name as a prefix. So that is not required. What will happen, like rank dot, something like rank one you will get. So that is not required. That is how this prefix will work. So just you can explore this part and okay. Now you see you have all the data year wise. So each year, whatever movies you have, you can see for 1977, this much data is available. So see, if you look into now website, 1977. Now you can see here, it's a till 40 only, right? So only this much data we have for 1977. And that is the reason here it's only till 40 rows. You can see till 40, 1977. Next, 1978. So likewise, you can cross check whether all the data is, loaded correctly or not. Once you can look into that. So we have data for, you can see year wise, all the data has been loaded. You need to just load it, just you need to scroll down, you will get all. Right, so it's all done. So people who are asking about downloading this data set, so from website directly, you don't have option to download all this data. You have to just copy paste or programmatically. One second. Sorry for the disturbance. So here you can see here. Fine. So from website, you can just copy paste this data. Year wise, each year you select, assume if you go after each of the year and copy paste into, Excel or anywhere, it may take at least for 50 years, it may take almost 1 hour time, right? Lump sum 1 hour time it will take. But when we have connected all these years data here, so you don't need to again visit the website. Whatever changes happen in these years, any changes, that will reflect here itself. So you don't need to, that is the reason these connections and this automation is important. So now we have done that automation and you need to just load into Power BI. See here, again, you need to change the data type. These are the generic data type. But for these numbers, you will get some error because these are the, like you can see dollar, comma, and all. So some errors you may get. I have suggested you how you can clean it. So one of the example I have shown you. So that you can see for all the years that correction, that transformation you can see for any year. For all the year that transformation happened. So likewise, you have to clean this data by following that replace or whatever way actually you can do it. So one of the example you have this one also, which we have performed here in last, right? This one. So likewise, you can clean this data and load it. So for one thing I'll do, I'll select all, Control A, and go to transform, detect data type. So click on detect data type. Now you can see you have proper data type. But this is coming as a text only, but we want a number, then you have to um, do the no ETL, like you need to clean the data. So it's going to be useful in terms of creating some calculations and all, right? So this is done. Now we can go for this part. You can again change it to year, right? And then go to home, close and apply. So it will load into Power BI desktop. Okay, one more thing. Before loading, hmm, so it's loading. So now you see when we have just a few thousand rows, then it is taking some time to load, right? So that is the reason SQL is very much important for Power BI or Fabric. Then even PySpark. Why we need PySpark, right? Because to handling large data sets, big data, you have to rely on PySpark or SQL. So then you will be able to handle large data sets effectively. So there is options to use incremental load and all. Once you load the data, whether it's in terabytes or GB or petabytes. So one time it may be a bit time consuming, but next time uh, it's going to be very quick. So for that we use incremental load uh, you know in pipeline. So these are the very critical activities when it comes to ETL. And that is the reason you have separate roles for data engineer, that you have to perform a lot of complex tasks in terms of database, like partitioning, you know, even for security purpose, you have to create different, complex data models and all. So, a lot of different activities you have to perform in database as well as uh, using PySpark to make your pipeline ready for consumption. So someone as a end user or business user, they will have just a clean data, whatever they need in terms of creating reports, dashboard. So everything is going to be clean for them. So before that, the data engineer's role is that in terms of database management, like database management in the sense mostly you have to focus on SQL queries. So advanced SQL, it's not just a basic SQL. Basic SQL is definitely required. That is bare minimum. But when you have to handle end-to-end project, in that case, you need to know advanced SQL. Even PySpark, you need to have at least mid-level knowledge in PySpark and Python. So then you can handle end-to-end project, in real time. So that is actually required, but our course is, as I said, like, it's a fundamental basic course. So we are just going after, each of the tool, just some basic introduction, and then have when it comes to Fabric, entire data platform, how actually you are going to use in terms of all the workloads, in terms of all these tools, all those things actually we are going to perform. Okay, so tools wise like Power BI, PySpark, or SQL, uh, time will not allow to cover up, like all the concepts, which required for ETL and various other purpose like reporting, dashboards, advanced features and all. But when it comes to Fabric, definitely you will have a beginner to mid-level in terms of Microsoft Fabric, like features and options you will be able to explore. So that is the objective of this course. So this course is about Microsoft Fabric, not Power BI, not PySpark, not SQL. But these tools are, it's an ecosystem of Microsoft Fabric. So at least you should know some basics, some, fundamentals. So that is the reason I'm going after these tools, some basics. Okay. So now you see that data is loaded here, and you can create here reports directly from this table. So not table two, query one you have to use. So you can use here like year and worldwide. So that I will use from this one. So it's going to be clean because uh, this column, if you see here in table view, it's a clean. It's not with a dollar or comma. That is the last one, which we have done the cleaning, right? So now you see in the report, it's coming something like this, but you need to, okay. So I'll go for focus mode. See, sum of year, it's not logical. I mean, some year we don't need to sum, right? So it's we have to go here under fields. and change this summarization. Instead of summarize, you have see all these basic aggregate functions you can select for any of the number fields. So you don't need to calculate manually or writing functions. You can just select the option and it will be calculated here. Okay, this is how it's a very simple tool. Okay, so we don't need to summarize years. So I'll use the now see year wise you have uh, okay, so we can change the name in terms of this is basically worldwide collection, worldwide revenue or whatever. Just I'm giving some name. Now see year wise you have worldwide revenue. Okay, so now this is the visual we have created, and you can switch. So you can switch this visual to whichever other relevant visual you have. You can choose it. Any visual, it will be something like that. But see now another thing that since we have many years and when it comes to these values like years and all not visible, numbers are not there on top of bar, and this is too many years. So how people are going to read this? It's a difficult to read for 50 years data, right? Likewise. So assume like if you want to have this for, you want to keep it for just 10 years. So here filters options are there on the visual. Uh, so you have option, all these options are there, but when it comes to revenue, yeah, so numbers we can choose here, less than, greater than. All these options are there, and comes to on numbers only you can perform this part. Yes. So that is the option you can apply, but when it comes to year, yes, even you can use here top N on year. You have option to use top N. So let's say I want to know only top 10 years worldwide collection by value. Again, we can select here uh, this part. Okay, so by value. So we can choose here. So top 10 years, worldwide collection. Again, you can, it's very small. So you can see whichever year, like this year, 2019, you have, I think, largest. You can see. So only 10 years data, it's visible here. So top 10 years in terms of overall worldwide collection. So this is how actually you can play around with your visuals using filters, using formatting. When it comes to formatting, so here you can see You have option to, format this height, size. These are all manual. X-axis, title. So you need to just play around with these, features. Moreover, if you want to understand more advanced or some of the options which is not easy, you can, like these things actually you can edit also. Then you have effects. So I cannot teach these features as of now, during this course. So suppose if you want to explore this conditional formatting, right? So click on this. When you click on this, you are getting these options, but you don't know how to use it. So what I'll tell you, go to the documentation. I'll give you right path to learn and export things after this course, smoothly. Okay. So here, Power BI, uh, desktop, conditional formatting, documentation. Just type it. You will find it on this website, Microsoft website. You will find it. Here you can see. So you just need to refer this. And now you see you have the option how you can create a conditional formatting on any visual, right? So below you'll find, even a screenshot how you can use it. Okay. See conditional formatting, right? So this is very simple. You need to just follow. Uh, a screenshot also you have, what exactly you have to do. Okay. So this is how you can use this documentation for any of the feature which I'm not covering. Definitely a lot of things I'm not covering. So all actually you can refer here in documentation. Easily you will be able to learn and explore. Okay. These documentations are very simple. It's not like programming, as I said earlier also. This is how you can see the conditional formatting. Just you have to read once and follow this practice, these examples. You'll find the data also. Everything you will find here. If you search, this about this data, you'll find it. I'll tell you. See, data are basically which we generally use in this documentation. You have adventure works. So if you search here, adventure works data set, which is mostly used uh, in Microsoft ecosystem like SQL Server also, and various other applications, you'll find this adventure works data set, right? So you can download from no, VentureWorks with the data set. Download, that's all. Download. You will find some link here. You can download from here. In SQL Server, it's very popular. So you can download from here. You have the links. Okay. Size of this data set is also a bit higher. Okay. Let's see. So next part, we have to go after. So I'm not using this formatting also because I cannot go for most of these things. So few things like one more example I'll show you of the formatting, like data labels. So it's off, you need to on it. Now you can see the values. for, and you can do the formatting. I've shown you, I think, earlier also. Values, just increase the font. You can see here, these are visible. So you need to just play around with this formatting. Most of things are very straightforward and simple, right? So fine, I'll just leave this part now. So likewise, you can create visuals, uh, various visuals in terms of pie chart, donut chart, various other charts, common charts are there. This is a table, matrix, just you can try to explore. Even if you want to explore Python, then you should know first Python and Matplotlib. So using Python and Matplotlib, you will be able to create Python visuals here in Power BI itself. So that option is also there. Okay. Fine. So next, we need to save this file. So I'll save it. Box Office Mojo. This extension is PBIX. Okay. So once it's saved, so next part, important part you have that you need to publish it. So here, publish option you have, click on publish, and you can see I have many, workspace, right? So you can choose any of this workspace, or I will choose just my workspace. Okay, select. So here you can see you have two options. It's published, and first option, open box office mojo.pbix in Power BI service. Second, get quick insights. Both we will explore and understand quickly of what it does. Okay. So fine, I just we need to reload because sometimes you may get these issues. Uh, so I'll go to my workspace. So that workspace has not opened. Okay. I think it will not save. We'll go with answer B. Okay, so let's try uh, changing workspace. Some source some save. It's not saved actually. So let's go for fabric learner. Here and select. Okay, so a reason is why I'm getting that error because uh, whatever I have credential used for Power BI, uh, that workspace actually belongs to older credentials. So it's the issue of, trial and credentials. I'm using different credentials. Okay. That is the reason I'm getting, such issues, but you will not get these issues. Most likely you will not get these issues. Okay. Click on this now. Okay. So looks like some issues are there. It's not saving in workspace. So one more time. Yeah, it's there. It's bit loading. It's already there. It's saved. Okay. So no issue. We have saved. Okay. So here issue is with logins. Okay. Power BI is login with some other ID. And what I'm using, see this admin at the rate. So this is the I. So in this, so I have to sign out from here. Then I need to sign it because see, sign in is with some different account, right? That is the main issues we are not getting. Fine. So we need to just sign out. I need to sign in with this ID. Then it will work. Password. So now this is the account we are using. So now you can find that. Yes. You can see box office mojo and time and duration. If you see box office, this is a report. You can see the time, uh, right? 2040, 840. So that's fine. 10 minutes before we did. So it is showing, right? So this is semantic model and this is a report. So now you want to explore the report, you can just click on this report. Even you have this three dot in terms of, you know, all these options, settings, manage permission, create paginated report, all these options you have here, which is really important to understand. So setting, you'll have, these are the options. But when it comes to, oh, sorry. Manage permission. So we don't have anything, but we can create a permission here on dashboard, workbook, semantic models on all. We can create. As of now, you can see we have, no, this is a user, right? So you can create another user by just clicking on this. You need to type the name and email ID. So by that, organization, what happens like, you'll have like, suppose thousands of people are working and you can just search their email ID, will find it, and you can give access to that particular individual. Just, to select that email ID and you will get here option to grant access. So it's already myself. So you can see it is giving access to grant access and we'll find it's already there. So you will not find new line, but if some different email, then you will find like, let me choose some different email. One or more email address with the following domains are outside your organization. Yes. So on trial version, this may not work effectively. You have to use inside your organization. And license version, these features will work smoothly. Okay. Fine. So these are the some options you have. Further, we are going to understand while exploring Fabric in terms of permission, like, uh, permission also in terms of administration, how we use in Fabric. Same time, even, RLS and all, like, how we use role level security or OLS, object level security. These are some really critical concept, which is again a part of Power BI, which will cover up using, while going through Microsoft Fabric, other, other concepts. So assume like when we are using semantic models and all, there actually I'm going to teach you how you can use the refresh. So one of the important concept you have refresh, and then this RLS and OLS, which is very much important for overall fabric development. Of course, you can say like for overall course, those are important topic. Same thing can be applied using PySpark also. Same thing can be applied using even SQL. But we'll see either way, like either PySpark or Power BI or SQL. I'm going to show those examples also in the upcoming days. So I'll conclude today here, and it's done with Power BI. Probably another 10-15 minutes tomorrow we'll spend to understand this, how you can edit this report in cloud. Okay, so in Power BI workspace, how actually you are going to use that box office module report. So we are going to explore little bit about editing, creating reports here itself in this workspace. Little bit I'm going to show you in 10-15 minutes or half an hour. Then we'll move to PySpark tomorrow. Okay. So today I'm concluding. I'll just look into your message and questions. After saving the data, can we change again in that graph? Uh, yes, see, whatever you do with the data, that is going to reflect in graph automatically. You don't need to do it separately. I mean, it's all like how you use the data for a particular graph or visual. Automatically, it's going to reflect it. Uh, which link you are asking? Sir, can you please send the link of non-formatting and all in this Power BI? See, that is a documentation. Yeah. So that documentation is very simple, Janvi. If not today, then tomorrow I will share the list of all the documentation which required. I can share now also. Uh, yes. Okay. This is for 1 second. I'll share right away. This is for data set like adventure adventure works. Okay. You can download from here adventure works data set. Then you have for formatting. This is the link you can use. For any particular topic, you can search. Here you have multiple topic, relevant topic again. And if you go for one topic, relevant topics link you will find below also. Or in like here, if you go to end, you can find some relevant topics actually you'll find. Let's say here custom format, some create expressions. So various things you'll find in the same link, relevant things actually you're going to see. These are the formatting examples. How actually you can use conditional formatting. You can explore. Just click on any particular link. You'll find about that, how to do that. See, step by step. It's very simple and easy. We don't need to much worry, but just step by step, follow the screenshot and do it. Any particular topic. So that's fine. Let's move on. Uh, So, see, there is a already a document is available in LMS portal. You just follow that, how actually you can create your Fabric account using Gmail, as well as in case if you are using your corporate email ID or college university email ID, you don't need to much worry about it. Directly just follow that step by step. Just open the Fabric, portal, and there you just sign up. Okay. It's the same for you, Divya. I think if you have the same question, then for you also same thing. Just go through that document. You for using Gmail, you can create the account. How you can create, and then even using your corporate account or your university college account, you can just follow that. I mean, just follow step by step. When you click basically sign up, Microsoft, sorry, Fabric sign up, just type it here, Fabric sign up. I will not get because it's already signed in. Already I have signed, right? So you need to just type this, uh, yeah, this URL, app.fabric.microsoft.com. You will be able to open that page. Then just go for sign up. Okay, so that's all. So can we grant the yes? Grant the access. No, it see why my another Gmail account could not work. Reason is not that is not basically any domain specific. So suppose if I have account, separate account using that email ID in Fabric or Power BI service, then I will be able to do that. Otherwise, it will not work. When it comes to your college, like college, hundreds of students are there, right? So assume like in your group, some 4 or 5 people have created account on Fabric or Power BI. Then all of your 4 or 5 people can share each other those reports. That will work. Okay, so you can give it try that way. Otherwise, it's a simple. You don't need to worry much about it because in corporate it works just accessing email ID. You have to just provide email ID. That is not a very critical factor here. It's very straightforward. Okay, fine. So that's all. Hmm. Okay, so last one thing I missed for especially Janvi is he asked me about downloading this data set, right? So how you can do it? Go to Power Query. In Power Query, just 1 minute it will take because you have asked the question. I should show you. It's very simple. So in corner, you can see you have this, icon, right? So click on this. You have so many options, right? You can first one, copy entire table and paste it in CSV, I mean, Excel sheet or wherever you want to paste, you can paste it. This is the way actually you can download data from the Power Query. Other options are not there. See, in file, it's only save as, no import export is option is not there, but in Power BI desktop you have. But desktop, what options you will see, say export, it's not like say Power BI template you can export and PDF, not CSV or Excel or any other format. So that is the glitch. But when it comes to Power BI, same way how you can copy the data here. See, this is a query one, you have 3 dot. Click on this and then you have here option to copy table. Copy the table, open Excel sheet and paste it. That's how you can use this data offline for different purpose. Okay. So that's all for today. Thank you everyone. Uh, Please go through the portal, LMS portal. You'll find all the recordings, do the practice, learn these concepts, thoroughly. Try to get into more different topics of Power BI, Power Query, and all. So tomorrow we are going to continue with PySpark. Initially, probably 15-20 minutes. I'll explore this Power BI in services or Fabric, and then we'll continue with our, PySpark and Python. Okay. So don't miss these sessions are very important. Uh, I cannot go up too deep in terms of any of these tools, but whatever I'm teaching you, it's really important topic, and that is giving you path to get into other topics easy way. Following these documentations or some whatever some options are there, that is how you can continue to improve on those tools. Okay, so let's connect tomorrow. It's over to you, Tony.
Thank you very much, sir. So, as we wrap up today's sessions, I would like to thank Mr. Kannaya Kumar for another excellent session. Thank you, sir, for taking the time to explain the concept so clearly and for patiently answering everyone's questions. So, I am sure today's session was helpful for all our learners. Big thank you to everyone who joined us today and stayed with us throughout the sessions. We really appreciate your participation and the enthusiasm you have shown over the past 8 days. So, before you leave, please remember to fill out the feedback form. It's been shared. Continue joining sessions using your registered email ID and the same Zoom link. So we will be back tomorrow at 7 p.m. So we hope to see you all of you again. Thank you once again, everyone. Have a great evening. Take care.